My mic was muted. What's up, you guys? If you're on this live, if you can hear and see me clearly, drop a one in the chat box. Oh, it sounds like I'm echoing. But yes, if you guys can, okay, Tia, she's here. My girl is here. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, since y'all can hear and see me clearly, I'm excited. We're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Mecca. I am a photographer here in Atlanta, and I am the host of Money Shot Mondays. Y'all, Money Shot, if you're new here and you don't know what Money Shot Mondays is, this is a call we do every other Monday. It's not every other Monday, but every other Monday we'll come on and I give you the game on all things business side of photography. Y'all, a lot of people, there's more than enough content on how to get great at actually taking pictures, how to get better with content and all those things and the technical side of it. There's not enough people out there giving game. Um, my mic is cutting out a bit. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out. One second, you guys. All right. Am I good now? Am I still cutting out? Am I still cutting out on my end? All right. Hi, Micah. Let me know if I'm good on y'all's end. So I know my mic. All right, perfect, perfect. Well, like I was saying, guys, a lot of people, not enough people give enough game on the business side of photography. So here I am. And y'all, today I got a special topic for y'all because what your girl's gonna be doing is giving away talking about the biggest lessons I've learned in my years of photography. So if you don't know me, I'm gonna give you all a little bit of backstory on how your girl even got here. So you guys, when I first started in photography, this was about 2018. I was still in college at the time. I saw one of my friends' sisters doing photography. I was like, I can do this too. And it started off as a hobby. It started off as something I was just gonna play around with just as a creative outlet because I had my mind set on the fact that I was gonna be a film director. God had other plans. God had other plans. Fast forward to 2020, 20, the pandemic happened, and like everyone else, I was furloughed from my job, and I had this camera that I was really good at, but I was never really thought I could make it a business and take it seriously. I just saw other people doing it. I was like, could this be me or could I be doing this too? So I decided to take it seriously. Come 2020, I was making money here and there. I was practicing. People were booking me. I booked my first $50 gig. I was so excited. It's always so funny thinking about the times where you was excited about charging such a little bit amount of money. But at the time for me, that was exciting because I was like, oh, this is actually possible. I like to call it my 2019 or 2020 is usually like my rookie year. But I said this on our boot camp list. 2021 is truly my decision year is when I decided to go full time and take photography seriously. And in that time span of July 2021 until December 2021, I had made over $50,000 in my business going full time. Now, you guys, to a lot of people, that sounds so exciting. Like, what? In the matter of like 4 to 5 months, I was excited when I was in that process. However, in that season, I made a ton of mistakes, a ton of mistakes that I'm going to talk about here, and a lot of lessons that I had to learn and overcome to be better and get to where I am now, which I like to call my pro years, is when I'm moving with intention. There's a focus. I'm clear on the clients that I serve, and I'm making a sustainable income with peace. So I want to talk to you guys about some of the lessons that I've learned over the years. Getting started with this one, overspending on gear, y'all. Oh my God, my bank account and my credit cards were crying back in the day when I thought that I needed every single latest lens, every single latest new camera body, new lighting equipment that popped up on the market because just thought that in order to be the top or the best person, I needed the most fanciest of gears. Y'all, I'm gonna show you something real quick. For years, or for at least a year, I was shooting my Canon, my starter camera was a Canon T6i. So, hold on, I'm gonna show y'all this. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm showing this, but y'all, this was okay on Instagram. Y'all can't see, but y'all can see it here on YouTube. But this was some of the shots I had taken with my Canon T6i. Stuff like this. These are all pictures from my Canon T6i, and you would have never thought so because it's not about. Oh yeah, you can see it on Instagram. It's not about what kind of camera gear that you have. It's about your camera settings and how you leverage lighting. Camera settings and lighting will always forever be your best friend. Y'all, this is circa early 2019, and I'm like, I had to put these up to find these to show y'all these because I'm like, whoa. But I'm actually gonna repost these sometime soon because I'm like, dang, I actually really like these. But yes, y'all, it's not about. I would have thought, if honestly, from my professional eye now, I would have thought this was shot maybe with the Sony, like one of my updated cameras. But no, you guys, like I kid you not, this is all about your ability to be creative, create your own style, leverage lighting, and understand your camera settings. So I said that I wasn't going to talk too much about the technical side of photography, but I do want to take a moment to emphasize to anyone who's out there feeling inadequate because they don't have the latest camera or the latest lighting, all the newest updated things that I want you to get super intentional in the season that you're in about just mastering your camera settings. Become the best at what you do with what you have with your camera settings. Start understanding that. No, I know so many pro photographers who don't have a clear understanding of ISO, aperture, and shutter speeds, and how that and the congruency of that with their lighting, whether it be strobe or natural lighting. I want you to get a clear understanding of that because what that'll do in the long run will help you develop your style. Now, once you've developed your style, then that gives you 10 times more leverage when you get into your pro years. Meaning, people will start to seek you not just because of the niche that you're operating within, but because you have a distinction in the work that you create. And so people are going to want that specifically. So leverage, get great at understanding your camera settings, your everything and the congruency of that of those two things, and you won't be spending thousands of dollars on this gear. Now, when it boils down to when you need to upgrade your gear, when it's time to make an investment in yourself, then I would say ask yourself these few different questions. Ask yourself these few different statements. Is it is it currently, can I afford it? Is it a absolutely need or must have? Does it make my life better and my client's experience better? Right? If it answers or checks those boxes, then absolutely by all means I say go for it. Definitely go do it. But before then, like it's not an absolute necessary to think that you have to have the best of the best to be great. All right, so next lesson, that's lesson number one. Lesson number two was copying other photographers. Lord Jesus. Y'all, I used to play the comparison game way too often. And I think it's so easy because when we're on social media, we are so influx with everyone's work and their latest thing. And it's always a new update on what someone else is doing. And so in order, I thought I used to think the biggest lesson I learned, why this is one of the biggest lessons I learned, was not to copy other photographers, but just create my own style. Is because I used to think that I needed to be like Rory or Jesse or Chad in order to be great or even to be successful in this space. And it's not that. It's okay to be inspired by someone, but don't absolutely copy them and duplicate what they're doing because that's what works for them. That might not work for you. Also, another thing is your style is so special. It's so amazing, and people want to see that. So give the world the gift of what you have to bring to this space. And duplicating someone else isn't that. It's okay. Like I said, once again, it's okay to be inspired by someone, but to completely copy won't be it. And I'm telling you, whatever you bring, people are gonna want that. You just have to find that confidence in doing it, which is gonna come from simply being showing up every day and being consistent. All right. Now, y'all, this is a big one. Y'all have heard me talk about this before. But before I keep going, I know a lot so far, but before I really keep going with this, drop a one if you are getting value so far. If you hear me loud and clear, um, and you're getting this something away from this, drop a one in the chat box. Let me make sure y'all are still here with me. I see y'all here, but I just want to make sure y'all paying attention. Let's see. Okay, it's slow. I see it on YouTube, but okay. Oh, my mic is chippy. Okay. Uh-oh. Let's figure this out. I'm sorry, guys, if my mic is acting a little funky. Okay, sorry. Y'all saying my mic is choppy. Let's figure it out. All right, somebody tell me if my mic is still choppy. Is it choppy now? Or are we good to go? I think I might have to say a little bit more, but does it sound a little bit better? I made a small adjustment. Kayla, Marcella, y'all tell me. Kind of better. All right, I'm gonna keep talking, and then if it's still choppy, just somebody make a comment like, "Hey, your mic is still choppy," and then I can make some adjustments. I apologize. All right, perfect. All right, so she said, "Keep going." All right, I love it. So, you guys, if you've been on my Money Shop Money's before, you've heard me talk about it, but I'm not gonna lie to you. If I can attribute anything to my success in this space, the number one thing that I did was getting a business mentor. One of the biggest lessons I've learned is not having a mentor 10 times sooner. And I'm not talking about someone that's going to teach you how to become a better photographer. You can learn that simply by practicing and evolving yourself and always constantly working on your craft, trying new lighting, going to lighting classes. You can always learn how to evolve your photography skill set. But getting a business mentor is something totally different, and that's going to level up your game in a complete different level. You know, you heard me say it before. Mike D, shout out to him. I don't know if he's on this live or not, but that is my mentor. He's absolutely amazing. And what it does, simply having a mentor, is what it does is it puts you in different rooms and environments totally different from you and show you things that is completely possible. Show you things that you didn't think was possible for you to do for yourself that it is. And I'm going to tell you why that makes sense. So I was talking to we're doing a boot camp recently. I'm going to hopefully you don't mind me calling them out. Anyway, we're doing a business boot camp, and I heard someone say recently that you know charging this amount is not possible in my city, or this is. I think we were talking about locations and paying for locations and wondering if your clients were willing to pay for locations if it's not included in the package. And this for me, it was something that I've been doing, implementing in my business and been doing for years. So it was like a funny thought to think about that. I was like, wait, that's crazy. Like people all do so. But I had to remind myself that I remember when I was in a place where I was like, upping my prices, and I was like, dang, who is gonna pay me? This is almost laughable, but who is gonna pay me $500 for a photo shoot? I know. It's almost laughable that I thought that, but for the longest, it kept me stuck because that was a limiting belief that I had of myself, and it took me getting around other people who are doing it and showing me how they were doing it to shift my mindset in a lot of ways. Also, thinking about how to structure my business, practices, organization, structuring things out. That's something you're gonna learn from someone who has more experience than you. I learned very early on is that you can build this business two different ways. You can stick it out and you can get in the mud, make the mistake, fail a bunch of different times before you figure it out. And that can ultimately take years. For me, that took a year before it clicked for me that, oh, having a mentor is what's going to speed up my process. And that's what's going to get me to my goal a whole lot sooner. So I'm going to challenge anyone on this call or anyone on this live who's listening that if you don't have some sort of mentor, somebody you respect and admire, in the not just the photography space, but in the business space that's going to help you level up, then I challenge you to seek that. And if you need someone like that, I mentor people. I'm a coach. I also host business boot camps, which enrollment is coming up very soon. I'm going to be announcing that the next live. But I can be a resource for you as well. But I'm going to challenge you. If I'm not that person for you, then I challenge you to go find someone, go seek that, and go get the help that you need. Because if you're serious about taking photography serious as a business, then you need that help. You gotta get help from someone. All right. So next thing, next lesson, major lesson, photography lesson I learned was delegation. You guys, I'm emphasizing this because I don't see a lot of people talk about how important delegation is. Listen, if you are the photographer who's like, I have to be shooting everything, I have to plan, I have to be completely hands-on with my client, I have to edit everything, I have to be the marketer person and being I have to be the accountant, I have to be this, I have to be that. If you have to be everything in your business, and I think we see a lot of like videos on TikTok and on Reels that are relatable to photographers or just business owners where you have to be all that in your business. And it's funny and it's relatable because sometimes we do that. But you guys, I'm going to challenge you to find ways to delegate in your business. You should not be wearing every single hat in your business. That will simply leave you broke. What that does is it divides your time, your attention, your focus to tasks that is better suited for someone who has a better level of expertise. And if they don't, then you can simply pay someone even who's less skilled than you to get the job done, but it saves you time. Then I encourage you to do it because time in when you're working on your business is going to be your greatest asset. I'll say that again. Time is your greatest asset. But if you're spending all your time doing things that other than working on growing and scaling your business will grow. So I challenge you, find ways to delegate. Here's some small examples on what you can do to do that. You can find editors. That's one way to do so. You can hire virtual assistants. That's another way to do so. You can hire a CPA if you are hire a CPA or some or accounting professionals if you are not good at money when it comes to bookkeeping and managing your money. Um, lesson learned for me. I mentioned on the slide before. I mentioned to you guys before that back in 2021, I make a lot of money in my last 5 months of the year. And in that season, I got extremely burnt out. I was extremely burnt out after that. And come 2022, I was very much ready to quit photography. I took on every single client that came my way. I didn't have a team. I didn't have a CPA. I didn't have anyone by my side, and I made a lot of mistakes. And that's why I'm here. I can talk to you guys about this so confidently because I've been in the trenches of this business and to the point where I just simply wanted to quit. And the only thing that got me out of it, and the only way I was able to clean all that up was by, like I said, bringing on an assistant. Shout out to Taylor, bringing on an assistant, getting someone to help me, hiring a CPA or somebody who knew how to manage money because girl, a lot of money. You can't make a lot of money and not have nobody helping you because yeah, you're not. Ooh, the government's a lot of money. So hiring somebody to help me manage that part of the aspect of it, and then outsourcing some of my editing work and just some of the work that I do within um, the sorry, I'm trying to read both comment sections. Forgive me, you guys, if I pause. Um, but yes, finding someone who could help me just outsource a lot of the stuff that I've been doing, so I can focus more on working on my business and construction organization, which is really important as well. So, which is the next thing I'm going to get into. So, you guys, that's delegation. It's so important if you want to be serious about building your business and not just be an artist, because artists say that I have to be. I'm so passionate that I have to be in every aspect of this. But if you want to be an artist and a business owner and a successful business owner at that, or be working towards that, finding ways and duplicating what successful people do is going to be key to it. And successful people, they have teams under them. And so I know someone's thinking in the back of their mind, well, is that expensive? Or can I afford that? Yes, you can. Editors cost me a dollar to some of them cost. I'm lying, not a dollar. It's not a any good one is anywhere between $7 an image to about $100 per image, and it just continues to. You can find something that's a little more budget friendly. You can also you there's so many different options, you guys, to find these things. Same thing with assistance, like if you need help, like partner with somebody, collaborate, like or not partner with other people who might want to learn from you, anything else like that. There are options for you to do so. But I'm gonna encourage you to go ahead and do it like when you get to that point in your business, or now, if anything, start sooner and finding different ways to find create organization structure and delegate. Which brings me to my next point, which which was finding creating structures and systems. I talked about this heavily on photography business bootcamp on the specific how to do that and my specific system on how to do that. I can't do that here on the live, but what I will emphasize is the importance of doing it. When I went through another reason why I went through a after making a lot of money in my photography business is because I lacked having systems in my business, or kind of structure or focus. So I was a person who like you can cash at me, you can tell me after you're done, and guess what happened, guys? They didn't like their photo shoot. Um, they could easily charge back their card, or if that my communication lacked because I got busy. I didn't have any type of systems or templates or anything in place to be able to give my clients a great experience outside of just a photo shoot, because a photo shoot is not the only touch point in which your clients are interacting with you on. So you want to give them all around experience from booking to all the way to sending them their photos. So having systems and organization and structure in place was like day and night game changing for me when it came to working on the business side of this. It was so important. So I'm gonna encourage you to start working on that. And if you need help and you need the specifics, y'all, this is ties back to the point when I said get mentors, get mentorships, seek help, and invest in the business aspect of this and not in the technical side of the creative aspect of photography. Both are equally super important for you if you want to grow in this business. Finally, last but not least, branding, you guys. I'm a brand photographer, so I emphasize this a little bit more on the importance of branding. But something else that's gonna, if you want to stand out, if you, especially, I know a lot of photographers on here are in Atlanta. Atlanta is known to be photographer center, or honestly, I think it's like hustle city. I love Atlanta for it because there's so many business owners and entrepreneurs and creatives, and I love it. But it oftentimes can feel like your market is oversaturated, and some I used to think that until I found unique ways to help me stand out. And one of the number one ways to do that, you guys, is to brand yourself properly. Branding. And if you think that, oh, my photos are going to speak for itself, then you are feeling yourself, baby. Your photo, you take amazing photos. That's great. But what else distinguishes you that sets you apart and says that I take great photos, but I'm also professional. Like when I go to your website, do you have a professional headshot on your about me page? Like, do people know who you are or who they're working with? Because I think a lot of people, more than you know, people want to know who you are as a person, as a photographer, outside of just like your work as a photographer. So branding yourself, what's your personality like? Like when we get to set, are we gonna mesh? Like show people that. And if you struggle with like, okay, um, yes, there you go. I like what Christian said. She said anyone can take great photos, but what else? Like what goes beyond that, right? You don't want to just be known as the person that can just click a button or just like take a picture, right? You want to be known as hey, like you can take a great photo, but you're also going to help me with posing, or you're also going to be, friendly on set. Like I know I have a lot of people who I talk to who are like, well, Mecca, I'm a photographer, but I'm an introvert, right? Well, I know a lot of ton of introverted photographers who do really well, but they have they still have their own personality and still stand a standard of how they're branding themselves. So with that, you guys, not just doing headshots, but also create a brand kit. I'm gonna challenge you guys. It's something super simple to do. You can do it on Canva, and if you are not artistic and don't have an artistic thumb, then I would encourage you to go ahead and hire a brand designer or a graphic designer. Shout out to Jalen Graphics. Y'all can tap in with her. She's an amazing graphic designer who also does brand kits. And you can create do brain kits that way as well. Like, and that's a simple investment in yourself that makes a world of difference, a day and night difference on what how you show up, and not just how you show up, but the consistency from your fonts to your pictures to when somebody comes on your website to how everything flows just seamlessly. It does make you look 10 times more professional. And that's one of the things I wish I would have emphasized or focused on sooner. I focused heavily on just like the quality of my work. I think both are equally important. You have to have for those two for people who want to like work with you. But outside of just the quality of my work, what does the quality of my personal brand look like when I show up on social media? I hope that makes sense. But I just want to put that out. And then I said that was the last point, but I have one more bonus point for you guys because we are in tax season. We're in tax season, guys. And I hope y'all not out here making money and not organizing your finances. So, like I said, this is about being transparent. For me, this is about being transparent with you guys and telling you some of the mistakes that I've made and just some of the lessons I've learned over the years. But I said it earlier already on the call, but that year, 2021, I made money in a short period of time. And not that I didn't pay taxes on it, but I didn't have my books organized. So, finding experts in the spaces where you need help with. Like I said, I talked about this when I was talking about delegating, but I'm no tax expert, but I do know that you need to set aside money whenever you get money. And you guys, write-offs. So leveraging write-offs. So there's a lot of things I didn't know that you can be written off as well. Like your gear, like meals you went out, like you're paying for parking when you're shooting on location, travel when you're shooting on location, meaning gas and all those other things. Like take note of that and do research, heavy research into taxes because that's going to be your number one expense. Taxes are your number one business expense that you'll ever come out of pocket for. So you just want to be prepared and make sure you have all that set in place for when this time comes around, when tax season is here. And the best thing I can also tell you, if that's not your strong suit, which it definitely is not mine, that's why I want to emphasize I'm not an expert. Hiring someone and seeking help to make sure that your business is properly set up and you're structured. You have your LLC and everything's in place so that you can properly allocate your funds. And as you're making money, you can put your money to the side for taxes because Uncle Sam will come for you. He will come for you, baby. I'm telling you, he don't play. It's ghetto. America is ghetto, but he don't play. Well, someone's here from Canada too. Hi, thank you. So I don't know how it is in Canada. No, Uncle Sam in America. Wow. So you guys, that's all I have for you guys. That is the biggest lessons some of the biggest lessons I've learned. Like I said, I made a lot of mistakes, but it is fun. You can get you're in a season where you're making a lot of mistakes. You're making mistakes. And it seems hard, but I encourage you to stick it through. You know, make the mistakes and learn from your lessons and learn from the failures. That's all I did. The only difference between me and anyone else is that I simply just continue to learn and seek help where needed, and then just also embrace the mistakes. Right? You never fail unless you completely fail. Right? Not to be like super motivational, but I say it all the time that anytime I'm facing a hard time in my business and getting to like a stuck place, I can never fail at this until I absolutely say I quit. I'm just not doing it anymore. So if that's you on this call, I mean on this live, and you're just like frustrated or you're just in a weird place in your business, then hear from me firsthand that keep going, keep making the mistakes, keep just not figuring it out, but keep seeking ways to figure it out. And if you need that help and you feel like you are stuck, you want to take your business to the next level, or you want to grow, and you want to evolve in the photography space, but not just as an artist, but you really want to make your passion your full time thing, then you guys, I'm hosting a photography business boot camp. We are currently in it now. We're currently in it now. It's going absolutely amazing. The students, if you are on the live, and you're a student, say what's up, say hey. I saw a few of you guys pop in. But currently happening now. But I'm gonna open up spots for enrollment again in March. So I have a wait list. If you want to be a part of the wait list, go ahead and DM me bootcamp. Hop off and DM me bootcamp. Hey Kelly, hey Tia. Okay, I was like, I knew I seen the bootcamp girlies in here. I love it. Girlies and guys. I'm sorry for doing that. We have guys in there too, and the guys are totally welcome. But if that's you and you really want help in growing and scaling your business and you really need that mentorship, this is a group cohort program. So what's happening is you'll have a community of other photographers here as well. So you can bounce ideas off of them. And then you also have me there with you talking. Kelly said the boot camp is totally worth it. It's definitely worth the investment. I love it. I love Kelly. And Kelly's been doing amazing. I'm which I'm so excited for her. She's all the way from Jersey. Kelly, if I'm wrong, correct me, but I do believe you are from Jersey. Um, so you guys, if that's you and you want that help, then just shoot me a DM me bootcamp, and I'll send you the link to join the wait list. I only open it up for 10 people, 10 slots. That's it. I like to keep it small, and I like to make sure that everyone's getting the help that they need. And if there's a ton of people in there, then I can't do that. We can't do that. So we cover 4 different bases. If you're curious, we cover systems. I'm sorry. We start off with talking about building a profitable portfolio. We cover systems. We just talked about systems last week. This week we'll be talking about pricing and packaging and how to price out your work. And the last thing that we talk about is marketing, branding, and marketing, which are the what I think is the 4 key pillars of a successful photography business. So if you need help in any of those areas, DME Bootcamp. The the cohort is only $500. So if something you want to be a part of it, I've invested thousands. So I've invested thousands, and so the fact that you me all this information for less than that is really crazy. So take advantage of it. So I'm done talking about that. I'm gonna open this up for Q&A because I love hearing back from you guys and just talking to you and hearing what you need help with. If there's any feedback you want to give to me about maybe any aha moments that you've had, let's hear it. But the chat box is open. I'm a little delayed on my end, so I won't be able to. Yeah, I'm a little. The chat box pops up a little bit, but if you drop your comment or if you drop a question in the question box below, then I would be more than happy to answer it and talk to you. This is so weird because when it's on Zoom, I can easily like unmute people, but it's okay. I like it this way too. This is cool too. Uh, but yeah, anybody like to ask a question? Q&A, Q&A, key takeaways, Q&A, 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 key takeaways, Q&A. This is how I entertain myself when there's a lag, you guys, as you can see. Kelly said, "Help us with pricing." Yes, sir, I got y'all. We got a good long call this week. Oh, I can see Mom. She's here. Nia's here too. That's what I'm talking about. Who else is on here? Let's see. One True Yellow said, "Trying to find my brands." I'm thinking branding. All right. Well, if no one has any questions, I know it's a little delayed, but I still don't see any coming in. But if anyone has any questions, I just want to simply always say thank you for hopping on Money Shot Mondays. We are going to be back live. Look at y'all. Look, y'all. Look, y'all. Out there talking. I have the dates ready to go. I have the dates ready to go. We are back live on the 26th. I love it. We are back live. Do you ever get a did you ever get a photography? So yes, I have 2 right now. Yes, I do have a photography assistant as of right now, and they help tremendously. They are absolutely amazing people. So yes, I hope I answered your question. Um, yes, but if anybody knows, I'm looking to hire a new virtual assistant. So if I know somebody, tell them to shoot me a DM right now. Um, but yes, you guys, we are back live on the 26th, and I have a special guest for you. So I'll be dropping a flyer, if not this week, next week. There is a special guest coming on that we're talking to you on this call. And this person is a guy, he's lit. Y'all don't want to miss it. So make sure you're back here February 26th. Mark your calendars, put it in 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Money Shot Mondays. We are talking about business side of photography and how to level up your photography business. If that's you, make sure you're here. You're tuned in with us. Subscribe. If you miss a recording, or you just want to go back and watch this, if there's somebody that you want to rehear, this will be up on YouTube. The YouTube is Mecca Clark Photo. So if you want to catch this and you want to watch these, then just catch us on YouTube. And yeah, and if you want to watch the old episodes, those are there too. We had Adonis last time, and before then, we talked about how to build your photography business from scratch. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. And I will see you guys later. Have a good night.